it's fun, man. It's just fun to just ride the unexpected journey of like what's and it's not being driven by I hope this gets viral on TikTok. I hope
Absolutely.
this is my biggest music video. Like we're just creating stuff that we love and that we're passionate about, and whatever does a thing does a thing. You know what I mean? But like if you're driven by the creativity of the thing you're working on and not the listens or what it does because you think it will work or has a sound, like I think it's always going to be better to just focus on the creativity side of it, you know?
It's I feel like to some degree it's hard to stay in that place, but it's super important to stay disciplined to stay in that place because it's so tempting to and so easy to get caught up in the streams, the analytics, and even as a businessman, you're like, oh, well, what could have been better? Why didn't this do well? You know, like you look at it like a business thing, you know, and it's like it's important to look at that, but it's also like, well, that's not the end goal. I'm not putting this out for it to get all the streams, you know. What's the goal of the
Right.
music?
It'll just be a letdown, like I said. Like it'll be
Yeah,
discouraging if you're
absolutely.
expecting it to be your biggest thing and you're just watching every minute. You're watching the streams. It's moving so
Yes.
slow. You know what I mean? Like you just have to like put it out. And then most of the time when you put something out, like it's never your current thing. Most people when they put something out, an album, they're already working on something else that they're more excited about. So it's almost like you're never keeping up with releasing the thing you're most excited about. You know
That's
what I mean?
really interesting. Sure.
You're always releasing something that you did months ago,
Yeah.
and you have to get it out because that's why you made it. But you want to always, you want to like always be working on something else. And I think that will help you with focusing so much on if you create one song, all your eggs are in one basket, you put it out and it doesn't do well, then you're just deflated. And instead of, no, I'm already inspired on this thing. I can't wait to get this out. I share it.
Absolutely.
Work on a new thing, share it, and then be surprised by the result or the success. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, and it tastes that much better when it comes to this as a surprise than when you're like striving for it.
Yes, 100%.
100%. Absolutely, dude. What is one thing that you know now that you wish you knew when you started your career? And I know you've mentioned a lot of, we've talked a lot of insights, so I don't know if you have anything that you're able to share on that because you definitely dropped a lot of nuggets.
I think I kind of said it. I'll try to package it a little differently. So
Yeah, whatever, man. Use it.
I can't stress enough. Like I would have thought sooner to really, like it's so important to work on stuff that you love. Over the years, I found myself in a couple situations. Now, when you're like just starting a business or something, and you got to take the work, and you just want to do as much as possible, like that's important. You know what I mean? But as you're able to start being a little more picky or choosy, like what you want to work on, like I've been in situations where like in the morning I just was like not wanting to get out of bed to open up the session to work on a thing that I just was like not into. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, like as a creative, like creatively, that will kill a person more than anything if they're not using their creativity on something that they love or they're passionate about. And so I would just really try, like that's what I would tell my younger self. I feel like I've pretty much fought to do that to the best of my ability, but I found myself in situations like sometimes whenever you try to be like, oh well, it's with this artist or it's this big opportunity, and you forget about your passion side of it, you're just looking at like how big it would be just based on, I guess, perception. It's a big opportunity. Like those are the things that I've enjoyed the least.
Wow, that's really interesting.
If I wasn't like really into it. Now, when you're into something and you have a big opportunity within that, like obviously that's amazing. That's what you want to go for. But like just taking things because you think it'll be a good thing, it'll just be a miserable process to finish out. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then music, which is supposed to be like your thing, like your dream, like it becomes work and it becomes,
I was just
less
about to say
inspiring.
That. Exactly. It turns into work, and people are like, oh, how do you, like people say to me, like, how do you work so many hours in the day? It's like, because I love it. Like, it's not work for me. I don't, like,
right.
I just get to do what I like, it's not work. So, but it turns into work when you start taking those opportunities, and then it's like, shoot, this really sucks. I don't want to do this. Yeah. I don't want to get, absolutely.
Keep it fun. If every day of your life feels like a Saturday and you're spending it the way you would want to spend your free time, like that's one of the best places a person can be in their life, is like to feel like they don't have a job, but they get to like
Yeah.
work on what they want to work on. Like that's worth working towards.
100%. Absolutely.
Yeah.